As always, thank you to Bigme for sending us this sample. Now, this is the Bigme B6 Pro. And you might be thinking, wow, look at this box. It's really nice, it looks like a book, and it's very streamlined and small. Well, you would be half right. All those things are true, except because the box is so small, they can't fit anything else in the box, so you get all this extra stuff. Now, aside from what is displayed on the outside, we have to break everything down and open everything up because we need to see what is inside each and every box. You know, if nothing else, you know what this job has given me? The ability to open factory sealed items. I love opening up factory sealed items when I have to. When I don't have to, I still have the plastic on the bezel of my TV that I've had for many years because I don't take them off. Now, I want to look at the case first because we rarely show cases. They're just whatever, but you know, it does warrant a look because they give it to you. Okay, so we have our fake leather here, which is fine. I'm not bashing it, I'm just saying. We have our little fake leather. We have a stylus loop. Now, this leads me to believe two things. One, there's a stylus, obviously, because there's a stylus, but two, there's probably no magnet snap on the side because they give you the loop. So this is going to be all magnet on the inside, which I really love. Man, I hated those. Actually, look, I got one off camera here. These things, the one where you have to force it into the silicone side. Yeah, never been a fan of that. All right, this should be, as it says, the... Oh, wait a minute. I just noticed there's a removal tool. I haven't looked up if it has expandable storage or it might have 4G because, or 5G I guess now, because Bigme has dabbled in 4G, 5G cellular for quite some time now. So we got a removal tool and we got our standard USB-C cable. Now, I'm 98.77653 repeater sure that this is not going to be Wacom. And if I'm wrong, then, well, there you go. Whoa! Okay. There we go. Look at... What the heck? Okay, it's not Wacom because you got USB. What is this? Wait a minute. Is this... Why is it shaped like that? I understand to accommodate the circuitry and the PCB for the charging port and the LED indicator, but usually shapes like this indicate that it slides into the device to match the shape, and the device will be accommodating of the shape. But I don't think that to be the case. You got one tip on the inside there and a removal tool. I don't think you no, it's too thin. You wouldn't slide it into the case at all. You don't. Well, that's weird. I'm not sure I like that. Now, there's no magnet snap, and it's a wobbly, off-putting shape of a pen. That's very strange. All right, let's see if we can get this out nicely without ripping anything. This is a very nice build. I like this build for a few reasons. One, it harkens back to a time where the Sharp eNote and the earlier on e-readers where the screen actually has some stale, hard-coded assignment keys. These are part of the bezel. It's settings, apps, I believe that's storage, AI, and library. Now you can, I believe, key map them to do different things, but they're never going to change the design. So this pen is just throwing me off. I don't like it one bit. Not a big fan of that. Even when you have 6-inch devices, you can have full-size pens. It's not that big of a deal. There's many manufacturers that give you full-size pens so you can have that full kind of muscle memory tangibility. This thing is absolutely minuscule. This is almost like one of those Samsung smartphone pens, and for sure it is not going to be cross-compatible blanket across anything else that uses active capacitive. So things like Wacom, you can use the Amazon pen on an Onyx, on a Bigme, on a Remarkable 2, etc. But these smaller, more economical units that have the active capacitive, it's never going to be a blanket transition into cross-compatibility. Now, I must say, look at that. Oh, what a good package. And put that in like so. There we go. Yeah, not working for me, that pen. It's very out of place. It's completely out of place in a device like this. Now, I must say, going back to my initial point where I veered off, the device is beautifully built. Man, it looks good. It's all squared off too. I love that squared off look because it brings the retro feel of those more bulky 80s, 90s, 2000s units where everything was square, like those old DAPs, digital audio players, MP3 players. But it adds all of the industry known modern day technology, color screen, removable storage, e-paper, etc. So it is kind of a good mix of both. So if we crack this open, like so, uh-oh, wait a second. That is not an SD card. Hold on. Look. That is not a micro SD card. You know what that is? You know what that is, everybody? Ring ring. The Taylor is calling, I don't know the saying, but ring ring, we got ourselves a dial pad. So if I take a SIM out of my phone real quick, we can see right here. Look at this. Where's that little edge? Is it right there? Where is it? Oh, it's on this side. There we go. I'm gonna put this in and we're gonna make a call because we're already here. So be sure to watch the top there. It should turn into some reception in just a second here after it initializes. So we have a color screen, we have 4G calling, at least as we can see here. I don't know if it supports 5G just yet. We have a weird pen that is completely out of place that's just throwing me off. We got an included case. This is all really good stuff by the brand. For now, this is everything that comes in the box with the Bigme B6 Pro color. Stay tuned for the full review, and if you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, or anything else, leave it down below. Thanks for watching.